Hey guys, CBHolo1 here. Welcome back to another video, and today I've got another massive engine that isn't mine and needs some repair. This is Lionel 6-38071. It's a Southern Pacific cab forward, and it's doing the same drive wheel flying behavior that the S1 did when I moved the magnet for the Odyssey speed control too far away from the sensor. So yeah, so that's what I think is the issue, so let's get into it here. So I'll fire it up here just so I can show you guys what it's currently doing. I do like the whistle on this thing. So anyway, if I try and roll this thing out, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Let's see what it wants to do today. Answer is it wants to do that. Okay. And now all of a sudden it starts working again. So I can't figure out if this is an issue that's triggered by that magnet wheel that I did with the S1, or if this is an issue that one of the boards is failing. You can see it catches itself after it takes off. It's weird that it's intermittent, because like with the S1 it was very consistent, so I would assume that, you know, that's pretty easy to diagnose that that's the issue because it's so consistent. But because this is constantly jumping back and forth, I can't tell if it's the wheel or the board. So let's take the shell off here and see what we got. Alright, so it's been a minute. This is way harder to take apart than it probably should be if you don't know what you're doing. Once you know what you're doing, it's actually really easy. So there's two screws up here underneath the cab. Once you take those screws out, the cab just pops off. Simple as that. And then there are a couple screws. So there's the 4 body screws up front here. There are 2 screws in this set of cylinders. And then there's 2 more up underneath the boiler up here. You can see one of the holes there. And once those are removed, the shell just pops off. And then I disconnected the connector for the smoke units and the antenna, and then a couple screws fell out that just weren't attached to anything. I don't know why they were there, but they were. And then this disc fell out, and I don't know where this goes either. So I'm going to need to figure that out. And probably look at the parts website and figure out, you know, what this is. But now that I'm in here, I can take a closer look at what the internals are and try and figure some stuff out. Well, there's your problem. As you can see here, I can spin the motor, and the magnet wheel is completely independent of the motor's rotation, which means even though this is spinning and the motor is spinning, this magnet isn't necessarily spinning, which just means I need to attach this magnet to this flywheel somehow. And hopefully this entire engine will just work. So I fixed it with ye old super glue, and seems to be pretty solidly stuck, and you can tell because of the way that is. This has clearly been done before, and it clearly worked super well, as this engine never had an issue after that repair was done. So I just did the same thing again, and now we'll never have a problem ever again. So I would solder it, but the problem with magnets is that if you get them too hot, they actually lose their magnetivity because of the way magnets work. So I can't solder it, so I have to use some sort of adhesive. So super glue is just what I have, and it's worked previously when I've been trying to secure magnets. So nobody ever sees this disc anyway. But now that this is pretty rigidly together, let's throw it on the test track here, my brand new test track, and try it out. Alright, I got power on the track via my ridiculously loud CW80, and let's start it up and see what we got. God, that whistle's so good. Alright. Hey, that is smooth as butter. Let's wind it up a little bit. Let's try reverse. Stop it quickly and then reverse direction. No issues. All right. That's so nice. I wish I liked cab forwards, because that's a really nice sounding whistle. Um, but yeah, so that's that. That was relatively easy. So while I was putting the shell and the cab back on, I got to looking at the traction tires, and I noticed that this one is not on. This one is missing, and these two are just bad. So that's fun. This engine's so heavy it probably doesn't need traction tires, but I looked in the box and I couldn't find replacements, so I'm gonna look on the Lionel parts website, and see if I can get a set of 4 for this. They're having their parts sale this weekend, which tells you when this video was recorded. But if they have that, then I need to. There's a couple other engines I got to look at to see if I need parts for. But yeah, hopefully I can throw these in an order, because I'm sure these are going to be cheap and probably cost me more in shipping than it will in parts, which I hate doing. But you know, that's even if they're available. So I'm going to check that real quick. No chance I'm putting new traction tires on this right now, so I'll just set it back up on the test track and do my conclusion. So I somehow miraculously got that traction tire back on without it just disintegrating. That's it for this engine. I'll have a sound demo coming out probably the Wednesday after this is uploaded, whenever that is, because I record these way in advance now. Yippee. So anyway, overall, relatively easy repair. If I had to do a clickbait title, I could tell you a $0 repair, because it technically was, except for the cost of super glue, which cost money, because that's how that works. But you know, here's my do it at home with my $300,000 CNC machine thing. But regardless, I hope you all learned something from this. If you guys have a similar issue, drop a comment, let me know. I don't know how common this is on these engines, but I'd be curious as to see if you had a different solution for fixing that magnet to the flywheel. But yeah, anyway, I hope you all enjoyed, and I am CW Hollow One, and have a good day, or maybe good night in your case. See ya.